Alright, in this example we're going to solve this quadratic by the quadratic formula. And before we even start, we have to know what the quadratic formula is. So here's the quadratic formula. And the quadratic formula says x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And this piece right here, this is the piece under the radical. This piece is also known as the discriminant. And if you calculate just that piece, and if you get something that's positive, you know you have two solutions. If you get something that's 0, you know you have one solution. If you get something that's negative, then you have 0 real solutions. They're actually going to be complex solutions. We will deal with that in the next section. Alright, so let's go ahead and solve this using the quadratic formula. First thing we have to do is get all of our things on one side. So we're going to subtract 1. So now I've got 4x squared plus x minus 1 equals 0. And we have to identify the a, the b, and the c in order to use the quadratic formula. Alright, so the a term is always the coefficient of x squared, so in this case it's 4. The b term is always the coefficient of the x, and in this case it's 1. It's not 0, it's 1. This means 1 times x. And then we'll use blue. The c term is always, there we go, is the constant on the end. Let me get rid of this piece right here. And so in this case, it's negative 1. So I've got 4 as my a, positive 1 as my b, negative 1 as my c. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them in the quadratic formula. So it says negative b, b is 1, plus or minus square root b squared, well there's b, there's 1, minus 4 times a is 4, c is negative 1, all over, oh goodness, 2 times a. Alright, let me just color code these for you. So the a is right here, and the a is right here, and the b, well the b is right here, and the b is right here, and the c is right here. Notice I've got everything in parentheses. I like to put things in parentheses so I don't lose the negative. If I didn't have this negative 1 here in parentheses, it would look like 4 minus 1, and that's not the case. It's 4 times negative 1. Alright, so let's just calculate this out. Alright, I do it by hand. So negative 1 plus or minus, let's talk through this, 1 squared is 1, and 4 times 4 is 16, times 1 is 16, negative times a negative is a positive, there we go, and the denominator, 2 times 4 is 8, working down, I have negative 1 plus or minus the square root of 17 all over 8. Okay, so now this actually is an acceptable form to leave it. This would be an exact value. You could leave it just like this. So this is your exact value solution. Perfectly acceptable to leave it exactly just like this. Okay. But I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you a couple of things actually. Alright, so let's take that exact value solution and let's break that apart, because the back of the book is going to look a little bit different. Okay, so here it's just written like that. So I can break this apart. I can say this is negative 1 over 8 plus or minus the square root of 17 over 8. So all I did is break this apart to two separate fractions. And I think you're going to find as you work some of these problems, this form right here is what the back of the book might be. And I just want you to realize that these are exactly the same thing. And you may leave it in whatever form you like. I have no preference. Alright, let's go ahead and calculate the decimal approximation. And I go ahead and get rid of a few things here. Make some space here to do that. In fact, let's just work right up here. This will be fine. Alright, so let's change to a purple and a pen, and let's do a decimal approximation. So this means x equals, that doesn't look like purple, there we go. This means x equals -1 plus the square root of 17 all over 8. So I want you to type this in your calculator, and don't forget, you got to put the whole numerator in parentheses before you divide by 8, or you're not going to get the exact thing that I did. Alright, so when I calculated this out, I ended up with 0.39. See if you get the same thing. And let's do the other one. So x equals -1 minus the square root of 17 all over 8. And of course, when you type that in, you also need parentheses around that whole numerator before you divide by 8. And when I did that, I think I got -0.64. Alright, so these are decimal approximations. And down here, of course, was exact value solution. It depends on the problem. The problem might say express your answer to 2 decimal places. Well, then you're going to use decimals. It might say express your answer in exact value, and then you're going to leave it in this form. Okay? So this is the end of this example.